In the previous video, I mentioned the 50-30-20 budget rule. And now it is time to break it down so you can really start using it in your daily life. Hi everyone, it is Shima Bahar from Finance Freedom Trial, where I help you take control of your finances and guide you towards financial freedom. Today we are going to dive deep into what the 50-30-20 budget rule is all about and how can you easily apply it to manage your money better. But before we jump into that, we will also talk about what a budget actually is and why it is so important. This budget method is super straightforward and it is perfect for anyone who wants to take control of their finances without feeling overwhelmed. Whether you are looking to save more, pay off debt, or simply understand where your money is going each month, the 50-30-20 rule is a game changer. By the end of this video, you will know exactly what a budgeting means, why it matters, and how to split your money between needs, wants, and savings in a way that actually works for you. Plus, stick around. At the end, I will be sharing the best 3 free budgeting tools that can help you get started right away. Before we dive into the 50-30-20 rule, let us quickly talk about what a budget actually is. Simply put, a budget is a plan for your money. It is a way to tell your money where to go instead of wondering where it went. A budget helps you see how much you are earning, where you are spending it, and how much you have left. The goal is to make sure you are covering your essentials, saving for the future, and still leaving room for the things you enjoy. When you create a budget, you are giving yourself control over your financial life, helping you avoid debt and make smarter money choices. So why is having a budget so important? Here are 3 key reasons. 1. It keeps you organized and on track. A budget gives you a clear picture of your income and expenses, so you know exactly where your money is going each month. This helps you avoid overspending and stay on track with your financial goals. Number 2. It helps you prepare for the unexpected. Life is full of surprises, and having a budget makes it easier to build an emergency fund. When you have planned ahead and set money aside, unexpected expenses like medical bills, car repairs won't throw your finances off balance. Number 3, it reduces stress and gives you peace of mind. Money can be a major source of stress, especially when you don't have a clear plan. With a budget in place, you will feel more confident and in control, knowing you are making smart financial decisions that align with your goals. So what exactly is the 50-30-20 budget rule? It is a simple guideline that helps you manage your money by dividing your after-tax income into 3 categories: 50% for your needs, 30% for your wants, and 20% for savings and debt repayment. Let us break it down. 50% for needs. This half of your budget goes towards essential expenses, things you must pay for to live, like rent or mortgage, utilities, groceries, and transportation. These are your non-negotiable, the bills that have to be covered no matter what. The next 30% of your income goes to wants. This covers the things you enjoy but aren't essential for your daily living. In many parts of Africa, community events are a significant part of life, like wedding parties, funerals, newborn celebrations, and helping relatives. These expenses fall under the wants category. Other examples include dining out, entertainments, shopping, and habits. The idea is to enjoy this extra while staying within the 30% limit, so you can still have fun without stretching your budget too thin. 20% for saving and debt repayment. The last 20% is all about securing your financial future. It covers building up your emergency fund, investing, saving for goals, and paying off debt. This category is what helps you build wealth and reduce financial stress in the long run. Now, why does this 50-30-20 rule work so well? First, it is simple and easy to follow. You don't need to track every single purchases or get lost in complicated spreadsheets. The percentages make it straightforward. You know how much to set aside for needs, wants, and savings without feeling overwhelmed. This rule also helps you prioritize what is truly important, like your rent, groceries, and bills, while still having room for fun and non-essentials. Plus, it encourages healthy financial habits by making sure you consistently save and work on paying down debt. The balance between living your life today and securing your financial is what makes this budget so practical and effective. So how do you actually put this rule into practice? The first step is to calculate your after-tax income. This is the amount of money you bring home after taxes and any other deductions. You will need this number to figure out how much should go into each of the 3 categories: needs, wants, and saving or debt repayment. Next, List out your monthly expenses and start categorizing them. Under needs, include essential like rent, utilities, groceries, and transportation. For wants, think of non-essential like dining out, entertainments, and habits. Finally, under saving and debt, include contributions to your emergency fund, investments, or payment towards any loans or credit card debt. Once you have categorized everything, compare your spending to the 50-30-20 guideline. If your needs are taking up more than 50% of your income, you might need to cut back in the wants category or find ways to reduce those essential expenses. Their goal is to adjust your spending until it aligns with the rule, making sure you are striking the right balance between covering your basics, enjoying life, and planning for the future. Sometimes your needs might take up more than 50% of your incomes, especially if housing costs or essential bills are high. If that is the case, don't stress. It is common. Start by reviewing your spending to see if there are any areas where you can cut back. For example, consider more affordable grocery options or way to reduce utility bills. The key is to adjust gradually and work towards getting as close to the 50% target as possible. Another challenge is controlling your spending on wants. It is easy to overspend on things that aren't essential, especially when you are tempted by sales or dining out. A good tip is to track these expenses closely and set limits. You could even try switching some of your spending habits, like cooking at home more often or finding free or lower cost entertainment options. Small changes here can free up more money for saving and debt repayment. Finally, staying consistent with the budget is where a lot of people struggle. It is easy to start strong and then lose focus over time. The trick is to make budgeting a habit. Set aside time each month to review your spending and make adjustments if needed. You can also use budgeting apps that automatically track your expenses so you can always know where you stand. Remember, consistency is what helps turn budgeting into lasting financial control. Let us take a quick example to see how the 50-30-20 rule works in real life. Imagine someone brings home $2,000 a month after taxes. Using this budget rule, they would allocate $1,000, 50% for their needs. This could include things like $700 for rent, $150 for groceries, and $150 for utilities and transportation. Next, they would set aside $600, 30% for wants. This might cover things like $100 for dining out, $50 for entertainment, $100 for habits, and $350 for personal spending like shopping or subscriptions. This category gives them the freedom to enjoy life without going overboard. Finally, remaining $400, 20%, would go towards savings and debt repayment. They may save $200 for their emergency fund and use the other $200 to pay off a credit card or student loan. This balanced approach allows them to cover their essentials, have some fun, and still make progress towards financial goals. When it comes to budgeting tools, Google Sheets is one of the simplest and most customizable budgeting tools. It is free and lets you organize your budget exactly how you want, whether it is basics monthly overview or details breakdown. If you prefer apps, every dollar is easy to use with present categories you can adjust to fit your spending. For tracking overall financial progress, a net worth tracker gives a clear view of your assets and debts. For more details on these tools, check out the video linked in the description. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more tips on mastering your finances.